yo, the first time we went down to Grant Central, a couple of dollars was lost, as well as my favorite pencil. Sauce packets in my left pocket. I can't believe that it's out right now. We should go watch it.
Let's do it.
Is that your son? He needs to stop it. And why is he wearing so many watches?
Yeah, what's going on, man? It's your boy Biggz. Yo, first and foremost, before I start, I just want to say I was live tweeting last night. I got caught up in a little situation. Nothing bad, but I apologize for my absence towards the main event of the show last night. I watched it this morning, and SmackDown is still SmackDown. It's still better than Raw. You still got storylines continuously going on, and we here, man. It's another review. I'm gonna recap the show from last night. The overall consensus from Twitter, social media, was that SmackDown was above average. SmackDown is always above average, so I'm gonna just get right into it. We start out the show with Dean talking to the guard, James Ellsworth, backstage in the locker room. Basically, the whole premises of this was that Ellsworth wanted to be in Dean's corner to show his appreciation. Dean declined, but we'll get back to that story later. The very first match of the evening was Bray Wyatt versus Kane. No DQ match. The thing that I hate about these matches is that they don't use weapons too much. It's called no disqualification. You're supposed to be literally a street fight. But we move on to action. The Wyatts flash on the screen. You know, the Wyatts video flash on the screen, and lo and behold, Luke Harper was there. Gave a boot to Kane. Went to commercial. So obvious. Then we get back. Kane is losing, but then catches fire. Then Randy Orton shows up. Once Randy Orton shows up, things get a little bit interesting. Randy gets in the ring. He's looking at everybody, and he gives Kane a RKO. Whew. I didn't see that coming. That was literally out of nowhere. He walks to the back. Bray's stunned. Luke is stunned. Kane is laid out, and Bray wins. The moral of the story is, it seemed like Bray just never wins by himself. Gotta do better. Gotta do better by Mr. Bray Wyatt. We move on. We had AJ Styles, the face that runs the place, the champ that runs the camp. I just call him the best wrestler on planet Earth. He's talking about Dean and James Ellsworth, and he's mad that he's been losing to this guy, and he said he's going to end it tonight. He's done with that guy. He's done with Dean, and he's basically somehow Ellsworth gets involved. He'll be missing more than that chin. Yo, that dude is crazy. We move on. Renee Young is in the ring doing an interview with the WWE SmackDown Live Women's Champion, Becky Lynch, who is the best women's champion out of the two women's champions, in my opinion. I love Sasha Banks, but Becky Lynch is the truth, and she's got the SmackDown women's division on her back. She comes out, she's still injured. She has the interview, and it's quickly erupted by the best heel female on SmackDown, because Charlotte right now is a better female heel than Alexa Bliss. But Alexa's stock is rising. Every time she's on TV, her stock rises. She sends Renee off, and she cuts a promo on Becky. They going back and forth. I love Alexa Bliss, man. I love the fact that she's one of those people that's cutting for the jugular. She's trying to show that, listen, I'm the best woman on the roster. Period. End of story. They start brawling. Alexa ends up hitting Becky with a DDT, and she did something that reminded me of something. If you're looking at your screen right now, you see what inspired Alexa Bliss to literally spray paint Becky Lynch's back yellow. Throw that thing up for NWO, man. The originators. I'm not even mad that Miss Bliss did this. We move on to get some more action. We got the Hype Bros versus the Ascension. I did say on Twitter last night that I thought the Ascension should have won. I thought they was gonna win, and they didn't. Long story short, Hype Bros win. I really feel like the Ascension deserves better as well. You're on the program to get better, so I don't know. We get a backstage segment now from RKO Randy Orton, and he basically says, if you can't beat him, join him, and he just stares into the camera. And to me, it's just showing that the feud with him and Bray is going to continue on its way through to Survivor Series, and it might go past Survivor Series, which I really don't want it to because it just needs to be done with. We get a quick backstage segment with Natalya, and the stipulation, she has a match with Nikki Bella, which is next. The stipulation is if Natalya wins, she'll be the captain of the SmackDown women's team to go at the Raw team, the Raw women's team at Survivor Series. She lost to Nikki Bella. One thing I will say, man, first off, Nikki Bella does a way better STF than John Cena. Hers is way more believable because she literally put Natalya in the stretch and was choking her the hell out. I loved it. And guess who happened after that match, though? Heel Carmella beat up Nikki Bella again, bro. She ain't done. I feel like Carmella will be on the team, and something's going to happen to get them two out of the match, and this feud's going to go on for a while. The thing that makes the feuds on Raw and SmackDown better now is that it's not Raw, they have match, SmackDown, they have a match, and then it's a week. You got to wait a week. So I feel like it's stretching out the stories a little bit more, but SmackDown is taking better care of their storylines. Well, let's move on, y'all. You know, I'm looking at the time. Let's just move on. The Miz come out with the Spirit Squad. They address the state of the Intercontinental title, which he no longer has. Basically, he's just talking his talk. And halfway through the Miz promo, guess who comes out? The champs. Ziggler, Heath Slater, and Rhino. Miz sort of goats Slater and Rhino into giving the Spirit Squad a title match, which was cool. I thought they was going to get a title match later on, but I'm glad that it happened tonight. Well, last night, actually. It wasn't a long match. It was a decent match, but, you know, it's a TV match or whatever. You know, Heath Slater and Rhino actually won their match with a gore from Rhino. And the thing that I took away from this match is that Heath Slater and Rhino was good. They're dead nice. And I like them as a tag team. I'm glad they have the belts. And it pushes other teams to feud with each other. And it keeps the belts away from the obvious people who should have them, which is American Alpha or the Usos. So I'm glad that they're getting the push. Next, we got James Ellsworth, a.k.a. The GOAT. Backstage, he's upset that Dean doesn't want him to be out there. He asked him one more time. He sort of put the pressure on him in a non-threatening way. And he touched that Dean's heartstrings, which tells you a lot about Dean. And he said, all right, you come through. And Ellsworth smiles, bro. I feel like this about James Ellsworth. For a guy who was on Raw, lost to Braun, people loved his facial expressions. And something popped. So they put him on SmackDown. And something popped again. And then he hit no chin music on AJ Styles last week. And it was the only offensive move that he did. But it looks so good that it makes me think this guy might be better than we would even know unless we looked at the tapes on YouTube and checked his old matches to see how good this guy can be. But I think James Ellsworth is he can sell, but I just want to see him actually go in the ring. And that no chin music that he does is straight elite. Let's get to the end of this, y'all. AJ versus Dean. These dudes, I thought I was tired of seeing these two guys go at it, but I actually feel like the more they wrestle, the better the matches get. This was a damn good match. I hate the commercials on SmackDown. They really need to do something about that. But I'm happy AJ actually won the match by disqualification, because towards the end of the match, y'all, AJ had Dean down. He seen Ellsworth. Ellsworth turned for a second. AJ hits him with the basement baseball slide kick, and Dean got rid of AJ, threw him on the outside, and they happened to be right by each other. Ellsworth gets up. He puts his two fists up. He tells AJ to get up and then hit him again with the damn no chin music, bruh. He hit him again. And the thing that struck me was that the ref was shocked, Dean was shocked, and the ref was looking at Ellsworth like, "What are you doing? Why did you do that?" It wasn't one of those rush disqualification situations. And Dean looked like he was so mad that he couldn't be mad at Ellsworth, but he was mad at Ellsworth, and Ellsworth was crying. He was upset. And AJ just walked away like, I got this. AJ laid on the floor laughing. So I thought something would happen with Ellsworth, and Ellsworth apologized profusely on Talking Smack. But I loved how the story is evolving, in all honesty. I give the show I give it a 4 out of 5. SmackDown keeps me entertained, man. I'm just like, this is just what it is. They keep me entertained. I love the show. It's way better than Raw. I can never just sit through Raw. I can't, until they take care of their business and actually write the better storylines, because they have more people and they have more titles on this show and everything else. SmackDown is the number one show. I'm at 11 minutes and change. I'm off this. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you like SmackDown, hit the like button. If you didn't like SmackDown, hit the like button. Let us know on Twitter, InternetSmarks1. InternetSmarks1 on YouTube. Shout out to Chuck. Shout out to Menace. We are the team, y'all. Internet Smarts. Tonight, we will be live tweeting for NXT. Chuck will be hitting y'all with a review either tomorrow or Friday. And then, as the weekend goes, we're going to gather up the news. We'll have another Smart Talk. I don't know who's going to do Smart Talk this week, but we will provide Smart Talk, y'all. It's your boy Biggz. I'm out. Peace.
Make sure to follow us on Twitter at InternetSmarks1 for all news, rumors, and updates for everything WWE, as well as live tweets for all WWE programming.